Hey there, Just History TV. Okay, so I sat down to get the day's work done, and dude, it is here. I'm not gonna fuck around at all on this one. Here's the trailer. I'll give my thoughts after. Alright, so there's this man. Helmet.
Stay on.
Oh yeah, how is he gonna get home?
Hey, Miss Potts.
Wait, he can jump.
If you
right?
find this recording, don't feel bad about this. Part of the journey is the end. Just for the record, being adrift in space with zero promise of rescue is more fun than it sounds. Food and water ran out 4 days ago. Oxygen will run out tomorrow morning. That'll be it.
Oh my god, how is he gonna get home?
When I drift off, I will dream about you. It's always you.
Thanos did exactly what he said he was going to do. He wiped out 50% of all living creatures.
We lost, all of us. We lost friends, we lost family. We lost a part of ourselves.
Oh no, oh no. Did you see that look on his face? Oh, it just occurred to me. Dude, Hawkeye just lost his kids. He looked pissed. And he was using a different weapon entirely. Wait. Look. Wait. All right, we're going to talk about that at the end because his costume design just brought up some more thoughts. All right.
This is the fight of our lives.
This is going to work, Steve.
I know it is. Because I don't know what I'm going to do if it doesn't.
Holy shit.
Hi, is anyone home? This is Scott Lang. We met a few years ago at the airport in Germany. I got really big.
Is this an old message?
Ant-Man.
They thought he was dead.
I know you know
They thought
that.
he was dead.
It's the front door.
That's me. Can you buzz me in?
Oh boy. So, holy shit. Whole lot of stuff to talk about. I mean, that whole trailer, it just burned through my brain right now. I mean, so right away, you know, I don't know how I didn't even think of this. How is Tony getting home at all? I mean, what could be the possibilities of that? Something galactic has to happen to get Tony home. And you know what? I just got done with, you know, the trailer for Captain Marvel and everything. I don't know how it would happen or how it would work, but since Captain Marvel is March and Avengers is April, it is totally possible for her to basically pick him up on the way or some bullshit like that. She would be capable of doing that. Can she travel that fast through space on her own, or would she use a ship? I don't know. But what else do we need to talk about? I mean, it showed how angry and pissed everybody was that they lost everyone. The one character that we did not see was Rocket. Now, chances are Rocket is probably coming up with some kind of awesome tech or something with the Starforge, or I forgot what that place was called, but he could be working on something, There was a lot that they did not show. I have a feeling this particular trailer, obviously not going to be the only one that we're going to be able to get to see, but now we get to come up with theories and just rip apart the trailer. And next subject, Hawkeye. Okay, so you got him in the middle of the streets, chopping away at everybody, totally different haircut, looks like he is in total, utter war mode. Now there's only one thing that would get Hawkeye out of the shadows and back in the fight game, and dude, this is one theory right here. In that event, he just lost his kids, or half of them, or some of them, or all of them. I mean, it's totally possible that, you know, dealing with a completely heartless, just 50% of the entire universe's life, that his entire family could go, and that would drive Hawkeye completely over the edge. I mean, they worked hard at really tying that bond that he has with his family together, and that would be dramatic. However, theory 2 on that, look at his costume design. It didn't look exactly like I would picture Hawkeye even thinking of designing his own uniform or having someone else design his own uniform. Also, he was using a sword, which kind of, I mean, his entire design made me think of Mordo. I thought that he was going to be back on the scene, and it turned out that it was Hawkeye. I think it might be totally possible that the actual Hawkeye might not even be in this movie. Or somehow in the middle of the espionage, a Skrull had taken over Hawkeye as a character, and at some point in the middle of that story arc, in his own personal story arc of that Skrull playing Hawkeye, he fell in love with his wife and family. Or maybe Hawkeye was a Skrull to begin with. Man, I'm telling you right now, Avengers Endgame is going to turn heads like nobody's business. I mean, Infinity Wars was already like historic, but Endgame is it's gonna flip everything you think you know about these characters and the comic books and their storylines, and completely flip them in a way that nobody's going to expect. At least that's what I'm hoping is going to happen. What else is there? Scott Lang, Ant-Man, is definitely back in. He didn't look entirely scared or worried at all in the little bit that we got to see him, which makes me think that Cassie's still around. Not sure how he would feel about her stepdad or her actual mom disappearing would affect him. I have a feeling that Cassie might be left behind, you know, from the snap, and she's okay, because he didn't look that worried, or like the same kind of look that Hawkeye had when we saw him on that scene and turn around. Man, back to that though, how fucking cool would it be if Hawkeye was a Skrull to begin with, or maybe somehow in between the actual Hawkeye and the Skrull got into it on some crazy ass mission, and he ended up taking over his life and fell in love with his children and wife. I don't know. That would be awesome to see. Obviously, all the major characters. I want to know, is Pepper Potts still there? I don't remember if I saw her disappear or not. Tony Stark getting back home is an issue. What else? They showed like the briefest clip of Bruce Banner, which makes me think that maybe Professor Hulk might be playing a much bigger role in this movie than we would expect the actual actor to do. Galactic wise, what could we expect? Okay, we only got Rocket. I think this would be an awesome way to introduce a brand new character also, but I think that would be a mistake if they decided to do that, because we are so personally tied to the current set of characters from Infinity Wars to this one. I don't know if that would be a mistake or not. but I would like to see Nova. Honestly, Nova would be cool. I mean, Captain Marvel's already going to be a new character in March, and so when she carries over to April, that will be very interesting. Maybe Nova could be a way of introducing his character to get Tony back to Earth. That could be totally possible, but we all know Tony Stark, complete and utter genius. He may figure something out in the last minute, but from the way that I saw things, there's like no power whatsoever. I can't even fathom to think how he's even thinking about getting back. But we also don't really know how close to other galactic civilizations he might be surrounding. I do have a feeling though that if it was going to be anything, I think the most likely suspect to getting Tony Stark back home is going to be the Ravagers. They're still out there, or you know, the entire crew of Ravagers. You know, they're a space-faring they're a space fleet, so they could be out there just going around doing whatever anyways. Or I don't know, maybe Tony figures out a way to hitch a ride on friggin' Galactus or something. It could be a bazillion different things, and I am so interested. Oh, Wakanda, how's that gonna work? The general is there. T'Challa is gone, so his sister must be. I don't know what their traditions are regarding gender. I think this might be a great way to flip that a little bit, because they're, you know, being a king, and you know, they've kind of done away with traditions like kneeling and things like that. And I mean that from a storytelling standpoint, you know, with the jokes and stuff that they did, especially like with, you know, War Machine and Bruce Banner, you know, when they first landed, that they are a more modern monarchy than anything. So I would suspect that his sister would immediately take over, unless they have some kind of weird gender thing going for it, where it has to be a male, or oh god, from all the people that wasted away in Wakanda, I can't imagine what's gonna pop up there. I mean, his sister's a genius too. You know what? She might figure out a way to get Tony home also. I mean, she's just as smart or smarter than he is. Or maybe she has better access. I think we're pretty much established that Tony's the smartest man on the planet, pretty much, or in the universe, whatever you want to call it. Oh, so did you guys see that trailer? I mean, I know it was probably came out like 6:30 this morning or some craziness like that. Let me know your theories, what you thought about my theories in the comments down below. And like always, if you like my content, definitely smash that like, subscribe, and turn on that notifications bell, because I do reactions like this, and mostly it's a lot of gameplay. But if you like all that kind of stuff, don't forget to